Alright, we're going to be rebuilding this power steering assist cylinder for the power steering on a 1966 Chevy C10. This is off of this truck. This is my 57 that I've been building, but I put this truck on a 1966 C10 chassis. So that's going to be going to this. Now the rebuild kit that I bought for this specific one that was on mine, this is a original 66 cylinder, but I had to get a kit for a 63 to 82 Corvette. Uses the exact same cylinder. I've already rebuilt this valve. That's all done. But I have a kit with all the seals to rebuild all of this, and then I also have the ball stud kit, the pivot kit that goes down here on this end. I've already removed all the old stuff out of it, but you're gonna need some picks, you're gonna need some pliers, some snap ring pliers, you're gonna need some grease and a little bit of power steering fluid. And first thing you're going to want to do is take this snap ring out of the top of this. That's what holds everything together. So take that out first. That's step number one. Alright, after you get that ring off of there, next thing you're going to do is get this metal ring out next. It's actually going to be this piece in the kit. So that's the next piece you're going to get out. You're going to have to just move this around a little bit and kind of work with this thing. You can see it's loose, but there isn't a lot of room to get a hold of it. So just work with it, get you a couple picks, and try and get that thing up out of there. Alright, also take note when you take this off, there's a raised part on that little washer thing right there. The taller part of this faces up, it faces the sky. If you flip it over, you can see that it goes downward right there. So the higher part faces up. And when you set everything down, set it all down in order, because it's going to go back together in the exact same order, but it'll be reversed when you put it all back together. Alright, so I have that out. Next thing I'm going to get out is this rubber seal. Alright, so once you get that loose, you're going to take that out of there. Alright, next thing down in here should be a metal washer. We're going to take that out next. Easiest way to get that out is just going to be a small little screwdriver magnet. Any small magnet of some kind. Get that out. And put that next in line. Okay. Alright, next we're going to have another seal, which should be this seal right here in the kit. You're going to want to pay attention to which direction that is facing when you pull that out. Looks like that is going to be facing down. Alright, so now that I have this loose, take that out. You can see the flat side is facing up, facing the sky. The underneath side has that ring. It's like a beveled ring down inside of there. So the flat side faces up. And we're going to clean all this out real quick. It should be everything that's in there. Alright, so go around with your pick. Get down in that groove real good. There's 2 grooves in there. Try and clean both of them out. Alright, so I have everything lined back up in order that came with the new kit. This O-ring right here, you're not going to be using that on this portion. So everything you're going to need is right here. And once you get all this cleaned out real good, you're going to want to go ahead and take you just a little bit of power steering fluid and rub it along this and down there and just in the very bottom right there before you slide anything on. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a brush, and we're going to do that real quick. So just put some on here. That way everything will slide on real easy. Put you a little bit down in there. Alright, first we're going to be using this rubber seal right here. And remember, the flat side faces up. You're going to want to put some power steering fluid on that. Make sure that's coated real good. Alright, so flat side faces up. I'm probably going to have to set this camera down because I'm going to need both hands. Alright, I got that down in there. Go ahead and push that down. I'm not putting a whole bunch of pressure on this, by the way. Let's get it started. And then I have this is just an old spark plug wrench. I'm going to use that to slide in there and just push that seal down with very carefully. Make sure it's down all the way. Alright, once you make sure that first seal is down in there all the way, you're going to put this washer in, metal washer. Next is going to be this other gasket. This is kind of like almost like a cork style gasket. You're going to want to get it wet with power steering fluid. Put that one on next. Make sure it's down in there real good. Alright, once you get that in, you're going to want to come in and put this copper washer in. Remember, the high part faces up. This is probably going to take me 2 hands to get that one on there. Alright, once you get your copper washer in, last piece is going to be your snap ring. Come back and put your snap ring in. Alright, now I got my snap ring in. Go ahead and take this pick and spin it around. Make sure it's in that groove good. Make sure it's not coming out. Go ahead and move this back and forth, run it through there a couple times. And that's it. You're done with that part of it. Now we're going to move on to this end. And we're going to be putting this stud kit in. Alright, so on this end, which is going to be your ball pivot end, you want to clean the inside of this out after you take all the old stuff out. I didn't have a video on the disassembly, but just do it reverse of what I'm about to show you here. So first thing you're going to want to do is get you a bunch of grease up in there. Take your stud end, dip it in grease. Drop it down in there like that. Next thing that you're going to want to do is this piece here. Put some grease on it. You want the dimple side facing up. And they give you 2 of those in the kit. They also give you 2 gaskets, but you're only going to use one of those in one of the gaskets. Next thing you're going to do is take your spring, dip it in grease, put your spring in. Next piece is going to be the very top, your very top piece. And you can see I've already put that ring on there, that O-ring. That's the one right there. So like I said, they give you an extra one. You're going to want to put that on next. Just like that. And then you're going to want to put your snap ring on. Alright, once you get that in, go ahead and wipe all this back out real good. Double check, make sure that snap ring is in that groove. Then we're going to flip it over. Alright, we got her flipped over now. Go ahead and move that around. And put this on. This is your boot. We're going to take 2 hands. Alright, and that's it. Your boot's on there. This comes with a Newcastle nut and a cotter pin, which will go in there once you put that on. And then down here on the other end, you will have some new boots. And this goes on somewhere, right in here, I believe. You'll have some new boots. It'll go on here. That probably slides in between here. But anyways, you'll have one of these that'll go on, then your bracket will go on, and this will go on the outside. And then your new nut will go on last. And that's it. 1966 Chevy C10 pickup truck, power steering assist cylinder rebuild. I'll post links in the description for the two kits that I used and where you can buy them at.